I just wanted to make a video about this concept real quick, right? Why do we overthink? I overthink every second of my life, but I think a lot of us overthink. We all overthink, and we all struggle with overthinking. If you're a human being and you're living in this world, you struggle with overthinking. This is something that everybody struggles with to an extent, right? Because as human beings, we're always in our heads. We're always thinking. And that's the problem. That's the start of why we're overthinking. We're thinking. We need to stop thinking for just half a second. We just need to stop thinking, because if we're able to ground ourselves and bring ourselves back here, back to earth, back here, then we could stop thinking and we could start being more present. So how do we do that? Well, you need to do what makes you feel good and what makes you feel okay. Because when I start overthinking, I'm usually thinking about things from the past, right? I'm thinking about things that happened before. I'm thinking about things that didn't happen, thinking about things that can happen, things that didn't happen that could happen. All these thoughts, right? Instead of being here, you got to do things that make you happy. What makes me happy? What makes me not think about what's happening before or after? I like to make music. I make music. I read books. Give yourself that downtime, right? How I explained it to one of my friends. Oh, actually, Mr. O makes amazing music, It's almost like our thoughts are messengers, right? Our thoughts are just messengers. And we need to think of these messengers as people knocking on our door. Our thoughts are like people knocking on this door. Now they're banging on this door. They're shaking that shit. They're trying to get in, right? And we're not letting them in, but we hear them. Think about that. Our thoughts are like messengers. They're like people, and they're banging on that door trying to get in, and you hear them, but you're ignoring them. If you were raised right, then you know that ignoring people, now what does that sound like? It sounds like a dickhead. Ignoring people is the wrong thing to do. Even if you don't want to hear the person who's preaching their message at the door, you're going to at least acknowledge the door, aren't you? And if you're not, you feel some sort of guilt. You feel rudeness. You feel like you did something wrong. You know why? Because you did. You didn't give that person attention. Wouldn't you want attention? You need to think of your thoughts as people. Now, people pass by, people go by in your life all the time. You're not always going to have the same people in front of you, but the whole purpose is that you learn from them. You learn from experiences. You learn from mistakes. You learn from people. If you don't have these people in front of you to at least learn from, it's only going to hurt you and you're only going to feel bad. You're not addressing the thought, which means that you're not addressing the person. And people like attention, and when they don't get attention, they get upset. So you can't get mad at yourself for not giving yourself energy and attention. You got to give yourself that energy and attention that you'd give to a best friend, that you give to a supporter, that you give to somebody that you love. Our thoughts are like people. We need to think about our thoughts like they are alive, because they are. Our thoughts are alive. They're with us every day, 24/7, like people on our backs that sometimes are a little annoying and sometimes are hard to get rid of, honestly. But if we don't address them, they'll never go away. Hold on. Our thoughts are like people, and if we don't address them, they'll never go away. Think about that. Think about that.